Dude. So, I just recorded like a 30-minute video, and my computer went weird, and it went away. Cool. Anywho, that was a practice though, so that's okay. Anyway, I gotta do this all over. On the plus side, it shouldn't be 30 minutes because I've practiced now, so I know what I'm talking about now. Okay. But it's still just as hard to talk about. Cool. So basically, I've noticed a lot of things in the news about like suicide and mental health and this and that and stuff like that. And I decided that, and on top of that, you see bird box challenges and stupid stuff. Bird box, eat laundry detergent, eat what? Spoonfuls of cinnamon, eat, I don't know. Eat stuff you shouldn't be eating. Challenges. And I thought it'd be, I don't think fun's the right word, but maybe see if a new challenge can get started about kind of talking about mental health and talking about, I don't know, just not being so afraid to talk about suicide and why not to commit suicide. Because for like the past 20 years, I have wanted to do it, but I haven't, and I won't. So anybody watching this, that's my family or friends, and it's like, oh my god, you're gonna go kill yourself. No, I'm not. It's I mean, now that I say this, and I'm gonna be putting it on the internet, maybe some people are gonna be like, oh, that kind of makes sense. That's why he's kind of. But I've struggled with it for forever. I mean, I was a teenager when I first started wanting to commit suicide. And it's just, the one time I almost did it, I actually had my dad walking. I had a screen off a window, and I was starting to climb on a desk to jump out of the window. And my dad happened to walk into the room. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm hot. Yeah. I'm just really, really hot. That's totally what's going on. And he didn't question it. He didn't say anything about, are you sure it doesn't, it looks kind of fishy from here. But with him passing in July from a drunk driver, that's one regret I have, where I never really addressed this issue. I never really addressed this issue with him, and I wish I did. I wish the one thing I could have told him was that the reason I'm alive and well today is because of you. And honestly, with his passing, I might do a couple of these because I'm not really an emotional person. I'm not really a talkative person. I'm not really someone that, well, okay, most of all, I don't want to go to shrink. I have zero interest in that. I mean, when I was like a teenager, I don't know whose decision it was to have me go, but either my dad or my mom had me go, and they were like, the shrink was like, do you ever think about committing suicide? And I was like, no, not really. I'm like, no. And I looked, I remember he had this like long rectangle window. I'm like, I wonder if I could just jump out of that and break the glass, and this would be high enough, I think. But yeah. So this is the first time I'm actually going to admit that I've always wanted to just be done and just commit suicide and go away, and I don't really like life. But gotta make the most of it, because suicide is not, in my opinion, it is not the right way to get to your final destination. I kind of see it as a mixture of like cheating the system, and I don't want to say it's a cowardly thing to do, because that's the way I keep myself from doing it. It's just I don't want to put down other people that are thinking about it, because I know it's hard. There are days when it feels like the only option sometimes. Again, I'm not going to do it. I never have. I don't really consider it a choice. I mean, in my head I want to do it, but actually getting these hands and feet to do it, I'm not going to. Not gonna lie, it's tempting, but I think we're all here for a reason. I don't get my reason. I don't understand why I'm here. I don't get what the point of me living is. And I always wanted to make this video when I was feeling kind of down and out, which I definitely am today. Woo! And I think I touched on this when I started the video, but I recorded 30 minutes, and my laptop went weird, and it didn't save. And it was kind of cringy. More cringy than this one, so. But I think, like, I quick Googled if suicide is, like, the numbers for suicide last year, it was, I'll look again, but it was like 45,000, I think. 47,000 Americans died by suicide in 2017. That's not good. And I think if people were more open about, hey, I'm a person and I think life sucks usually, and I actually do want to commit suicide. If that was a more common if that was like just kind of normal conversation, I don't want to say normal. I don't want to say just plain boring conversation like, oh hey, how are you doing? Good, how about you? Oh, I want to go kill myself. Oh yeah, that sucks. I mean, it should be taken seriously. It should. But at the same time, if you know somebody that tells you, hey, I think I struggle with this and I want to commit suicide, it shouldn't be reacted to like, oh my god, no, that won't help. Like, as someone that struggles with it daily, that's not going to help. That's just going to make things worse, and they will most likely just shut you out and not talk to you about it again. I think I'm gonna... Okay, the ways that I avoid suicide. So if you're somebody that's like ready to just jump or put a bullet in your brain, number one, don't do it. We all have a purpose. We all have a reason to be here. I don't get my reason. I honestly don't. I feel like a waste of space, usually. I mean, especially with my dad passing in July. He was finishing up school to be a priest. He was... I mean, there was a lot of people at his funeral. It was basically a full church, like a normal-sized church. Normal? I don't know. Maybe normal is considered... Whatever. But an average-sized church, it was basically full. And apparently his time came, but mine didn't. And I feel like... There are a lot of times where I feel like I would like to trade spots and let him continue to do what he was doing and just take me instead. Because I haven't really done much in my life so far. Yeah. And part of that, I think a large part of that is the whole... For me, I feel... I don't get why... I don't get the point of trying to... I don't get the point of trying to get myself into like a good, really, really good career, and I need to shave so bad. I work in a freezer a lot now, which is why I haven't shaved. But, man. Anywho, but I just struggle with, one of my big struggles is I don't understand why I should work my butt off to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then I pass away and it all stays here and it doesn't really matter. So what's the point? Why try? Which I am trying to change that point of view in my head. I mean, I think I'm starting to realize that it's not about the money. It's not about... I mean, if you put yourself in a good career, it's not really about... It's not about how much money you make, but it's more about, I think, like if you put yourself in a position where you start moving up, you kind of open up doors to help tons of people. Like, I mean, me, I can be polite to people. I mean, I'm usually very polite to people partially because of, I mean, I go out of my way. Man, I'm very ADD all of a sudden. I'm sorry. Focus. So, but part of the reason I'm very polite to people all the time, as much as I possibly can be, is because I don't know who's struggling like I am. And I feel like maybe the simple act of like holding the door open for somebody might save their life. As weird as that sounds, it's just... I might hold a door open for a random stranger at a random time when they're feeling like, you know, no one cares about me. I'm just gonna go home, end it. Why bother? And then I hold the door open for somebody and they're like, oh, okay, that was nice. Maybe I'll be okay. So, I mean, in my weird way, I feel like I'm kind of maybe saving somebody's life when I open the door for them. But really, I think as a society, being more open about this subject would be good. It's just my opinion. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me, but it's just... My opinion is that it just would be good. I'm suddenly struggling a lot with this video, and I knew this wouldn't be easy. I mean, one person in my life knows that I think about suicide a lot. One. And I'm 35. That's how many people I've told at this point. And now I'm putting video online saying, hey world, I want to kill myself. So I will quickly go over like why I don't do it. So, well, things that help me like keep my head on straight, and the reasons why I'll never do it. I won't. But if you are struggling with it and you're thinking about doing it, there's all these like top 10 videos of top 10 reasons Kardashians are stupid. I don't know. There's all these stupid top 10 lists of everything. Like everything. Top 10 reasons snow melts when it's warm. I don't know. But I'll try to do like top 10 reasons why you really don't want to commit suicide. And I'm saying this as somebody that wants to on a daily basis. So, no, not daily basis. It's not every day, but it's, I would say, about 33% of the time I'm waking up, I'm ready to go. Honestly, right now I'm kind of feeling it. Not trying to scare anybody, but it's, yeah. So here are tips to help you out. One thing that's helped me quite a bit recently with my dad's passing is that I've been able to kind of lean on my wife. And there was one day I was making our dog's food and I was cutting up her stuff and her food, not her person. But I was cutting up her food and I was thinking about it and I'm like, I got a big old knife in my hand. I could do this. And then I immediately got rid of the knife, put it away, texted my wife, and I was like, please be nice. I'm having a really hard time with my dad's passing. And I wanted to actually off myself, like right now. Like I really, really, really wanted to. So please be nice. So having someone to lean on, even if it's just one person, that helps me a lot. That's actually like when my dad first passed, her being there has helped a ton. Also, if you have anybody in your life that you're just bad news, get rid of them. It's not worth it. Like those people that are always like, oh, it's so horrible, la la la. Kind of like road ragers where they're always like, and I'm going to fly around and drive out crazy and get to a place 5 seconds before you because I need to, because reasons that don't make sense. If you know people that are just nuts and negative and just constantly bad news, get rid of them. It won't help you. Also, if having a dog helps, or cat, or furry friend, because they're just animals and they're just so nice. It helps. Because like that one was checking out outside. I can leave for like 5 minutes and I get back and she's like, oh my god, you've been gone so long. I've missed you. But it's a positive influence in your life if you're struggling with suicide and depression. It's a good thing to have. Especially if you don't have anybody else. The doggo will be your friend no matter what. So, furry friends, try to get somebody to lean on. Get rid of negative people. always look at life like, always see the good in life. Always see. I mean, if you want, you can always put an emphasis on negative stuff. But if you do that, you'll just be making your head a more scary place, really. This is my second, like the last video, I was at like 28 minutes or something, and it just cut out, and I just about raged, because I didn't want to do this the first time, and now I gotta do it again. But on the positive side, this is a little more, both are pretty cringy, but this one's a little less cringy. Yeah. I got a little more coffee on me. I'm a little more awake. So this one's a little less cringy. A little, not much, but it's slightly less cringy. The only part I wish that would have, like, the only reason I wish that one would have like stuck is because A, I was done with it, and B, like, I was in the middle of talking. I was actually talking about like how furry friends are good friends, and our doggo came up and started like licking my face. I'm like, well, point proven. She got like all hyper at the like perfect time. Okay, furry friends, be positive, get rid of negative people. I don't remember what I said. Furry friends, positive, negative people. I need more coffee to wake up more. Well, one thing is, try to be aware of your mental state. Just kind of always keep track of, am I actually thinking right, or am I thinking, or is this just not right and I know it, but I can't help it? There's times when it happens, maybe like once a year, where I'll just go away from everything and just kind of like disappear for a little bit, because I know I'm just off. I'm gonna do stupid stuff, not like kill myself, but just say mean things and do mean things, and it's gonna cause no good. So I just go away. Oh, that was gross. Let's see. And I think being aware of your mental state, one important thing is be aware if you should or shouldn't really consider medication. I mean, I kind of have been thinking about it recently, maybe trying it to see how it goes. But at the same time, I've been working on my mental state for 20 years. Like, shortly after I almost jumped out of the window, I was like, I should probably work on this. And I mean, I was like 15, 14 at the time. So I didn't really know where to even start. But I kind of had in my head that at that point, this probably isn't good. I probably need to like just continuously try to improve on this. Because, yeah, I don't really, like I said, I don't really consider suicide an option to do, but I want to do it quite a bit. So be happy, get rid of bad people, furry friends. What the hell am I forgetting? Medication, be aware. What's up? Hey! be aware of your mental state. Be willing to do medication if you just can't really keep your head on straight. I mean, I've been working on my head for 20 years, so I feel like I have a good handle on it, but at the same time, I'm kind of curious about medication. I don't know if I'll ever do it. I think I had something else to say, but I don't know. And I will cut this off before. Oh, and we all have a purpose. I don't get what mine is. I'm pretty sure I said that already. I don't know. I just get fed up of not really knowing why I'm here and why should I be here when my dad could be doing so much more. But when our time comes, it is not a choice that we get to make. It is a decision that, in my opinion, God has already made, and we just are along for the ride in a large part. All we can do is make the best out of what's been given to us. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. End the video before it cuts out again and I have to re-record like 30 minutes. But if you are thinking about suicide, don't do it. It's just not worth it. You, me, everyone on this planet has a purpose, has a reason, has... To take Avengers line, there's an end game, and we may have no clue what's going on, but okay, this isn't working. I don't know, but just there's more to life than wow. I'm just gonna end this. If you're thinking about suicide, don't do it. It's not worth it. I don't know. Love yourself, love your neighbors, and bye.